Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Surah Al-Maarij, this is also a Meccan surah. Sa'ala has asked the questioner about the punishment, waqiyah, which is bound to happen. Saying, Allah is now replying to this questioner who inquires about what is the punishment day and all that. Allah is telling to the disbelievers, not it is for it any preventer, dafiya, any preventer, and from Allah, the owner of Maarij, which means the ways of ascent. Maarij means a staircase, or you can call it like a ladder. To call Allah the Maarij because He is the Most High, and not to go up into His presence, the angels have to ascend many heights, one above the other. That's why He is called as the owner, Maarij, and that's the name of the surah as well. Taruju. And you will find, will ascend the angels and the spirit to Him in a day, and its measure is equivalent to Khamsatin Alfasanati, which is equivalent to 50,000 years. And Mufassirins and the commentators are of uniform opinion that this length is the day of Yawm al-Qiyamah. This is 50,000 years is the duration of that single Yawm al-Qiyamah, wherein the people have to meet Allah. That is the length of the day. And further, this number looks very big. But Prophet ﷺ says about the length of this day with reference to this verse, he says that by Allah, he is promising on Allah and says that the believer will find this day even lighter, of shorter duration than the time he takes performing an obligatory prayer. So that's how he feels, believer feels. But the disbelievers will feel as if it is equivalent to, and feels very, very, very much longer, while the actual number to count the length, that is equivalent to 50,000 years. First bit. So remain patient. And the patient is always good. Verily they see it very far away. Means for the disbelievers, they consider that this Yawm al-Qiyamah will happen sometime after a very long time. But Allah says this is near. وَنَرَاهُ قَرِيبًا. Yes, if you want to really understand when is the Yawm al-Qiyamah, the world might take very long time. But for a person, once he closes his eyes, the process of getting into Yawm al-Qiyamah will get started. So for closing his eyes, it doesn't take very long time. It's just a matter of 60 to 70 years of life. So that's what Allah says, but we see it very nearer. The day will be the sky will become like a molten copper, and wherein you find sky blue skies that we find today will turn into a molten copper colored skies, and will be the mountains will become like a wool. In the earlier surah, Allah said it was crushed, and it was crushed like a wool, and it is just flying like a wool, the sky. And not will ask Hamim and Hamim, and no friend of yours will ask about you or ask about the welfare of yours and another friend. And they will be made to see each other. This is the point. The painful point is you will see your friend who has made you to make mistakes and would wish the criminals, and the criminals would wish even he is ready to sacrifice his own friend, and if he could be ransomed from the punishment on that day, either by sacrificing his own children or his spouse and his brother and any nearest kindred have really sheltered him, and he is ready to sacrifice all these types of people in order to save him away from the punishment of that day. And he is ready to sacrifice anybody in the face of the earth so that he could be saved the punishment, because he is seeing the burning fire in front of his eyes. But it will be told that by no means this cannot be accepted. This compensation is not accepted, and verily it is surely a flame of hell that he is going to meet with. Nazatin, a remover of the skin of the head. When this person is made to enter into hellfire, and it is so furious that it will remove the skins of the head, and who is and inviting him, who turns his back and went away. And the reason of this person landing up in the hellfire is being elaborated here. Whenever he was invited towards Islam, either to understand or to follow or to convey the message of Islam, he always turned away. He doesn't make use of such opportunities that comes on his way, and rather he was very much busy in collecting and hoarding. This collecting and hoarding refers to collecting and making wealth or assets, and he is interested only in that, and his lifetime is spent only collecting the money and hoarding the money, not even using the money, and to hoarding the money. And verily this man, verily in general, man was created haluwa, which means anxious, you can say, or you can say impatient. That is the nature by which the man has been created. But Allah is asking you to counter this nature and to become patient. Whenever touches him the evil, he becomes distressed, and he becomes completely unhappy. And when touches him any good, he is withholding. In the sense, when evil comes, he becomes very stressed out and he could not come out of it. When Allah has given him something good, he is not ready to share it with the people, and he withholds to himself. Except, and the nature of theirs who does this has been elaborated, except the people who really pray, and that to people who are praying at constantly, which means without skipping. And except for such people, those who they are, their prayers are constant, and their life is revolving around that, and their daily routines is based on the prayer schedules. And third is those or their wealth who they know that there are rights of other people, that is also a part in their wealth, and those who are in their wealth knows a right of known people, and they have a portion allocated for those who ask openly, and for those who are deprived but they don't come out of their way to ask people. Even such people they will find out and will share their wealth. And those who have accepted the truth about the day of Qiyamah, the day of judgment, and those they are from the punishment of their Lord they were fearing, and those they are to their modesty, or you can say it like their chastity, they are guardian, they safeguard their chastity, except from their spouses and what possess their right hands. Verily they are not to be blameworthy. And whoever seeks beyond that, they are going to be really transgressors. And ninth one, they keep up their trust and they keep up their promise, the treaties that they sign. They observe it sincerely. Raun, they observe it. And 10th one is they withstand. They on, and those they are the ones who are in their testimonies, they stand firm and they give witness firmly and they don't fear anybody. And the last one is you find they are on the prayers, they safeguard. The entire list starts with the prayer and it's also ending with the prayer, which means his entire life is sandwiched between the prayers. And those they are on their prayers, they safeguard and they ensure they are praying. And such are the people. Allah rewards and says that those will be in the paradise of the gardens which is haunted. So what is with those who disbelieve before you are hastening? Why they are hastening? On the right and the left in separate groups, thus long every person among them that he enters a garden delight. But nay, verily we have created them from what they know, But nay, I swear with the Lord of the rising and the setting, Masharik ul Magharib, the rising and the setting, or some has translated as east and the west. Verily, we are surely able that we replace better people than them, and not we are to be outrun. Fazarhum, so leave them to converse vainly and amuse themselves for a while until they meet their day which they have been promised with. The day they will come out from the graves rapidly, as if like the people who are hastening towards a goal, and will be humbled. Their eyes will cover them the humiliation. That is the day which they have been promised with. With that, this surah comes to an end.